So just 13 hours ago, I got this comment. Any chance you can make a video on Heinrich? I know he's a pretty rare LD SSR, so there's not any good content creator videos about his uses and multiple unique debuffs. I know how to build them, I don't have them. I know where you can use them, I know what teams he'd be good with, but I can't really show you something that I don't have, right? Well, what do you know? The gods have spoken. I was gonna do a completely different video today, but I can't pass up this opportunity. That's gotta be the craziest coincidence I've ever seen. So how do you build Heinrich? First, you level him up. Duh. Now obviously I don't have any perfect lattice, but let's talk about his skills real quick. Third skill, AoE applies buff block and last words. Last words is very unique and increases the crit damage taken to the enemy. Also the chance to get critical hit. Second skill, single target applies heal block, but he has an additional passive. Every time he attacks, he has a 40% chance to remove a buff. And if the target doesn't have any buffs, he applies last words, stacking it up because it stacks 4 times. So he's your buff remover and damage amplifier. He's kind of like a combo of like Viper and Dina. Viper being your AoE buff remover, Dina being a damage amplifier of defense down, vulnerable, and erosion. You want to build him with high speed, high accuracy. And then if you build him with crit and crit damage attack, it's even better because he can be a damage dealer as well. His base attack is high when he's maxed out, but he's really there for the removal of buffs, the buff block, and the damage amplification. But remember, speed, accuracy, crit rate, crit damage attack. Skill priorities. If you're using him strictly to remove buffs and to buff block, you will want to skill up his first skill first. If you're using him as a damage dealer, you want to skill up his skill 3 first. But either way you do it, these are the first 2 skills you want to prioritize in lattice. Modules, couple ways to build them. Again, you need speed, you need accuracy, crit rate, crit damage, and attack. It's a lot. It's really hard to build Heinrich early and mid game, at least to the optimal use. So early mid game, you really need to decide on if you're going that damage route or if you're going that support route. You're gonna wanna go Swift Rush for that 12 set of speed. For the 8 set, you wanna go Harvest or Fury. I honestly like Harvest because Heinrich goes earlier. Harvest will give you a little bit more damage because there's obviously probably no defense down yet, especially if you're stripping buffs. And then late game, Swift Raid for the 6 set for speed and attack percent, or you go Swift Smite for the speed and effect accuracy, whatever stats you need more. Let's talk about them shells. There's a couple things you can do here. For PvP, you can go Revelation unless it gets nerfed, but hey, it's a multi-hit of 3 on his 3rd skill. You can go Codex of Magic, which will help him stack up last words even more. And the best in my opinion is probably going White Fang because he can hit like a beast. Plus, what a lot of people don't recognize is his 3rd skill actually does more crit damage the more stacks last words the enemy has. Shell passives. Slot 1, go overclocking for that attack percent. Slot 2, depending on what you're missing, you go crit rate, you go crit damage, you go speed, you go effect accuracy. It just depends on what you're lacking on Heinrich. He needs a lot of stats to be optimized. And for that 3rd passive slot, Blade of Disorder, increasing the damage of Disorder Animus, and he hits hard giggity. So you just gotta choose support or damage, early, mid, or even late game. So this is the route that I went. Swift Rush, Harvest, Swift Raid. 275 speed, 70% accuracy, but 94% crit. I want effect accuracy on the right side, crit rate, and crit rate. I'm really only mid game, honestly. First, an easy one, let's start out with Infernco NicoNana. So Heinrich is your replacement to Viper, whereas Heinrich has buff block and he also keeps removing buffs from the enemy every time he attacks. But the thing with Heinrich is he speeds up these clears because you're going to be doing more damage because of last words. The enemy got 2 new buffs and bam, every time, every attack he dispels. The enemy will not keep buffs for long. You can put him on Battle Will too if you have the opportunity to get that chance to remove multiple buffs. But if you see why he's so hard to build, is because he needs multiple stats. So do you want to go the damage route? Is he doing enough damage for you? If you're keeping him at 5 stars, you probably want to go the support route and get more effect accuracy so he applies last words and all of his debuffs more. Not to mention, when you run Heinrich, your main damage dealer you can run momentum on, which will boost your damage depending on how many debuffs the enemy has. There we go, GG. So because he's not 6 star yet, I'm just going to go the more support route. So you can bring him in places like Aurora. And for the amount of debuffs there are, you can put your damage dealers on momentum. All these speed clears with Heinrich, that's what he does. He amplifies damage, he removes buffs. You bring him in the terrormaton. He is your speed clearer for terrormaton Inferno. All the quickest times are literally pretty much with Heinrich. You can even bring him in the Doki just to amplify your magic. Maybe you want to one-shot all the waves. If you can maximize 6 debuffs on all your enemies, you bring in your AoE damage dealer. Yeah, you could use Revelation, sure, but I don't have any Revelation here. I got momentum. Bam, look at that damage. And that's on an SR unit. Imagine that on like Messiah. That's a clear. You have to use what the game gives you, like the game gave me Heinrich an hour ago. Heinrich only works on Revelation really for PvP and really only for the first wave of Doki. And that's because his third skill, if maxed out, is on a 4-turn cooldown. But if you're looking for some kind of first wave type of clear, you can use Heinrich on Revelation to speed up your run, such as that, because now Gray comes in with momentum and wipes them all out. But either build works. And that's it for today's video. If you ended up liking this video, make sure to hit that sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell so you know when I post a video. I hope this video helps you build Heinrich just in case you didn't know how. I will see you guys in the next one. RIP.